Welcome back to Magazine News and Gossip, your go-to place for everything in the world of Turkish celebrities. Have you ever wondered what it's like to grow up in a family full of contradictions, where love doesn't always mean forever, and where your childhood experiences shape you into one of the most beloved stars of Turkish television? If so, buckle up because today, we have something truly special for you. We're diving deep into the life of the talented Turkish actress, Demet Özdemir, whose story is as fascinating as her on-screen roles. Are you ready to get up close and personal with one of the brightest stars in Turkish entertainment? Let's go! Demet recently sat down for an exclusive interview on Empathy, a popular Turkish talk show hosted by the charismatic actor Özdemir. The show is a unique format where celebrities are invited to step into the shoes of ordinary people, hearing their real-life stories and reflecting on what they would do in similar situations. But Demet's interview was much more than just a role play. She opened up about her own life, her views on love, her childhood, and the realities of being a child star in Turkey. A journey of contrasts. Demet's childhood. Demet started by sharing intimate details about her family. Raised in a village in Turkey, she was the youngest of 3 siblings. Her mother, a modern and progressive woman from Berlin, had met Demet's father, a traditional Turkish man from a small town in Izmit. Their love story, despite their cultural differences, led to a life together in the village, where they had 3 children. But, as Demet revealed, the fairy tale ending didn't quite materialize. The differences between her parents eventually led to a divorce, which Demet believes was the best thing for them. Even though their family was separated, Demet never felt a lack of love. She felt that her parents had given all they could during their time together, and their freedom post-divorce allowed them to be happy in their own ways. "I never felt an emptiness from the divorce," Demet confessed, "because my parents gave us everything they had. We were loved, and that's what mattered." Demet was born unexpectedly, a surprise for her parents, who had hoped for a son. But she grew up in a family where love and understanding, despite the separation, always came first. Her upbringing was far from conventional, and she learned early on that love, especially romantic love, could be fleeting. "Love doesn't last forever," she shared candidly. "For me, it's a feeling that burns brightly for a short time and then turns into affection, into something more stable." The drama of growing up, from the village to the big city. It was clear from Demet's interview that her childhood was anything but ordinary. As a little girl, she was full of energy, sometimes even mischievous. At just 6 or 7 years old, she would sneak away from home to visit neighbors or even skip school. It was during these early years that she learned to navigate the complexities of family life while forming her own identity. Her story, however, isn't just about a carefree childhood. It's also about being part of the last generation in Turkey that experienced life in a village where the community was close-knit and everyone knew each other. Back then, even in the city, life was collective, she explained, reminiscing about the days when the whole neighborhood would be part of one big family. But Demet's journey wasn't just about rebellious escapes and childhood antics. It was also about confronting the realities of growing up. When her parents divorced, she chose to stay with her mother, and at the age of 11, Demet faced the challenges of being raised by a single parent. Despite the hardships, she learned valuable lessons about strength, independence, and the importance of emotional resilience. Demet's thoughts on love and relationships, an honest conversation. When it came to love, Demet's perspective was refreshingly honest. She doesn't see love as something everlasting, but rather as a powerful chemistry that connects 2 people, a spark that ignites and burns brightly, only to transform into something more stable over time. "Love, for me, is not about a lifelong commitment," she said with a smile. "It's about passion, chemistry, and connection. But as time goes on, that intense feeling fades, and what remains is affection, a more comfortable, deeper bond." This candid insight into Demet's personal beliefs about love sparked a wave of support among many of her fans in Turkey. While some might see her views as controversial, especially in a society where romantic love is often idealized, Demet's honesty resonated with many women who agreed with her that love, as a fleeting emotion, eventually evolves into something more enduring. The struggles of a family divided. Demet's relationship with her father. In another part of the interview, Demet reflected on her relationship with her father, which has not always been smooth. As a child, she was closer to her father, who was a farmer from a small town. But when her parents divorced, a gap grew between them, and Demet's relationship with her father became distant. Over the years, she worked hard to build her career, which only made that distance more pronounced. Demet explained, "When I was younger, my father was very involved in my life. He cared deeply about my well-being. But after the divorce, I stayed with my mother and my relationship with him changed." Despite the past, Demet and her father have recently reconciled, and today, they share a more adult relationship. She fondly recalls the little gifts he sends her from his farm, like fresh cherries, showing that, despite their differences, there's still love and connection. From small town to the big city, moving to Istanbul. Demet's move from a small village to Istanbul was a transformative experience. While she longed for a change, the chaos of Istanbul overwhelmed her at first. Coming from a place where life was peaceful and the streets were nearly empty, the bustling metropolis was a shock to her system. Istanbul was terrifying at first, she admitted. "I was used to a quiet village where you knew everyone. Coming to this city full of strangers, noise, and chaos was a challenge. But despite the initial shock, Demet embraced her new life in Istanbul, and it eventually shaped her into the star she is today." Looking back, she believes that her upbringing, including the challenges she faced in her family and her relationship with her parents, played a crucial role in shaping her personality and career. The road to stardom. Demet's path to success. When asked whether she could have become Demet Özdemir without the experiences of her childhood, she answered with certainty, "No, I wouldn't be who I am today if I hadn't gone through everything I did in my family. The house you are born into shapes your destiny." And indeed, her journey is a testament to the idea that our beginnings don't define us, but they do shape us. In her career, Demet has proven that her talent is more than just beauty. While she acknowledges that physical appearance can open doors in the entertainment industry, she emphasizes that true success comes from inner strength, dedication, and passion for the craft. Beauty is a short-term advantage. What truly matters is how much you invest in yourself, your craft, and your passion, she shared. Demet's views on love, a final thought. And then, the big question, what is love to Demet? How does she define it? In her words, love is chemistry. It's an indescribable feeling, a magical moment that cannot be planned. It's that spark between two people, but it doesn't last forever. She confessed that while love might start as an intense passion, over time, it transforms into something deeper and more enduring, affection. When asked how long this initial explosion of love could last, Demet replied with honesty, "It doesn't last long. After that chemistry fades, what's left is affection, a different kind of love." But she also made it clear that true love, the kind that endures, is based on mutual respect, understanding, and shared experiences.